It's that Tru Chronicles, it's that Tru Chronicles. Yeah, we on your talking shit, we on your talking facts, we on your talking truth, we ain't telling no lies, we speaking all this facts. On that Tru Talk, on that Tru Talk, the Tru Chronicles, the Tru Chronicles. Just talking shit, just talking shit, just talking shit,
Hey, how you doing? Look, I hope your day is going good. Hope all is well. Hope you've been taking care of yourself. First off and foremost. How you doing? Welcome to another episode of the Tru Chronicles. I'm your host, Dre the Truth. Welcome. Episode 8. We are here at episode 8. Man, oh man. Well, look, before we start the episode off, I want to say, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. And just to give a short little disclaimer, we talk about real shit here. Real shit with transparency and authenticity reigns supreme. And you, as someone listening here that is new, I want you to really sit back and absorb your authentic self here, okay? And be all of that and nobody else, okay? We're killing personas, caricatures. We're destroying all of that here on this podcast, because whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to come out the closet and be yourself. All of this faking and flaunting and remaining to be false is just not where we're at anymore. So here, that's the last thing that you ever need to do, is be somebody that you're not. All right. So, all right. Now that that's out the way, you know how we do, man. We got a great episode, great episode that we finna jump into. But before we get started into that, I'm going to need you to get yourself prepared, get ready for this great topic that we're going to dive deep in. So go ahead and roll up, get you something to drink, and just sit back to relax and hear some real shit. Because what I want to talk about on this episode, and we're going to dive deep in on, is confidence. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about how important it is to have confidence, and how you should strive to know how important it is to have confidence. See, confidence is a very, very important factor within each and everybody's life here. And we all have been there, okay? Fuck, I know I have. Like, shit, my nigga, I've been there, And I think that is what, that's one of the strongest this is one of the most strongest relatable topics that anybody can relate to. Why? Because confidence, it really is, it's a struggle when you strive to want to be in a place in your life, but you lack the confidence to do so. Isn't that such a difficulty? I mean, you can have all of the ideas within your fucking mind, within your head, but you're in such a fight with yourself because the lack of confidence there with actually bringing one of those ideas to life, And in the means of having such a way to bring forth is a great move when you have confidence. When you do. And it just sucks when the confidence is not there for one when they want to pursue and make adjustments in their life for new. And we have been literally locked away from confidence since a child. Since you were a kid. You're still a kid. Remember that. You're still a kid. If you don't remember anything I say, remember this, okay? Take this from me and live by this. To know that you are still a child. But your child, the inner child of yourself, must be set free and live free because of a realm of a plane that has locked your inner child away and had you dormant to live a falsified existence. You are still a child. You have never aged. On the contrary to belief, you are not the age that you are. You have never aged, and you have never lost that inner spirit that pertains and connects to your inner child. That is always you 100%. But that is where we are lost to confidence as kids. Talking about when we were, saying straight out the sandbox, my nigga, with goddamn popsicle stick juice running down our motherfucking fingers, kids. It was not something that we ever were established with. I mean, let's face it, like, nobody took us and said, just throw us in the world. Throw us in the world and see it. Feel it. Touch it. Even as kids, we were free because we were powerfully in tune with our soul and spirit. We were more in tune with the earth. We really ran free on this bitch. We really ran free. That was our essence. That was when we were really one with ourselves. And then came the lockup, the lockdown to your essence later on. But no one shoved us out and said, figure this out and figure that out. As a kid, nobody just pushed us off and said, here, you go do this. Because we didn't have that. We didn't establish where we should have established was a force of leadership. Now, I know you're probably thinking, like, what the hell is leadership for a kid? What are you fucking talking about? Hold on. I'm talking about how there was at the point where when you happened to come through your mother's portal and being raised by your parents, either in a single parent household or with two parents, you were always provided for. You were provided for, right? You had clothes, food, a place to lay your head, transportation. Now, what do all of these things equate to when you have it when you're early on? Doesn't confidence sort of come from when you have when you have the accountability to the things that you have achieved and you prosper to have in your life, because somebody who doesn't have anything lacks confidence, right? Like if you don't have a car and somebody has a car, you feel like less confident to that person who got a car because they own their shit. If a person got a job and they making money and you ain't got a job and you ain't making money, you don't feel too confident. If somebody, got their own place and you still staying with somebody else, you don't feel too confident. So being that we coming into the world had those necessities provided. See, it was an institutional move, that played to have us in dependency. Mommy falls to you, you fall to mommy, or daddy falls to you, or you fall to daddy. And the only way that codependency could literally, or I would say dependency, could actually be voided if you were pushed out and pushed into your responsibilities. But if you never was, and you had a household that had parents that never cared to push you out, you was there with them. And then if you did get pushed out, but you still were with them, you were codependent. Because you had your own, but you were still working with them. And as kids, we were there. So we had, everything we needed because of our parents. So our confidence wasn't there for ourselves. I mean, how can you have confidence when, somebody else is cooking your own meals? When somebody else is driving you around? When somebody else is literally picking your clothes out? Now, I know that at a young age, we couldn't drive. Okay, yeah, we couldn't drive. But the fact of when we were at the age of old enough to work, we were at the age of old enough to make moves for ourselves, 11 or 12, that was an opportunity right there to grab a hold of the confidence that was missing. Because now it was time to break that chain of dependency and enforce discipline and responsibility for yourself. You had to learn the world in some sort of way. And with that comes is having confidence in yourself to do so. But a lot of what happens is that we don't feel as though that we can do it on our own. And nobody's pushing you or shoving you. So it even makes it easier for you not to do it in the fucking first place. And you lack more and more to do it. And these carry over into your adult life. Because a lot of what comes from your confidence or not having it or lack of is the fact that your inner child is still dealing with the missing confidence that it never had or was given. You can be somebody to get a ride, right? You can have your parents ride you around. Let's say you get a ride from your parents. But the mindset doesn't have to be that I'm riding with my parents. Mindset is to be that I'm here temporarily until I see the fact that this is not where I want to be. I want to have my own shit. I want to be confident to have my own shit. I can live with my parents, but this is not where I want to stay and be, because I want to be confident to have my own shit. I can eat what they give me, but this is not what I want to eat, because I want to be confident to have my own meals. So confidence reigns where you don't allow dependency to. And we are adapted that a lot as children, because there's nothing that we could have done as far as the things when we were younger, like 8, 7. At that age, of course, you're immobile. You know, you can't do anything that age. But the ages of 13 and up, even 11 and up, you can definitely make a move to where confidence starts to make its way to the forefront. But a lot of that doesn't happen. And it moves over into us getting at ages where we don't feel confident. Hell, you got 18-year-olds now that's not even confident enough to go and take, walk into a dealership and get their very first car, because they're scared of how they'll handle it, because it's not there for them. I mean, what happens when you didn't had somebody be your entire, they didn't took care of you and took care of everything in your life, your entire life? It's a struggle. And I think that's where we need to see that confidence is important for each and everybody to move forth, to heal that inner child and know that you have to have confidence so it can literally break through and be all of yourself and make moves for yourself. And that's what's very important. But this is a very good episode. This has been a very good episode. And I just want to say that confidence is really, really important. It really is. And we must strive to have it. We must strive to keep it and move forth with it, and literally just heal the inner child so that we can move forth to be in confidence and know that we have confidence. And that's the only way that you will strive to be more of yourself, when you have confidence, to see that that is where you have to lie within to move forth and get down your journey even more. But as we bring this episode to an end, I want to give gratitude to you and everybody on their journey that is moving into self-confidence and love and likeness for themselves. And I want to appreciate you, and I appreciate you just for stopping by. I appreciate you. I said that wrong. I appreciate you for stopping by to another episode of the Tru Chronicles. I'm your host, Dre the Truth. I don't want you to go anywhere. We got the instrumental of the day coming up. Okay? So I want you to sit back, chill, vibe. All right? And I will catch you in the very next episode. All right?